5 years ago, I was approached by Snag, and we'll get to that in a minute, to host their conference in Toronto in 2013. And I immediately approached my employer, George Brown College, to see if they would be a co-host, and they agreed. And then I approached this woman, Melanie Egan, from Harbourfront Centre, to co-host with me.
So, what is SNAG? SNAG is the acronym for the Society of North American Goldsmiths. And it is a professional membership of people who make jewelry, goldsmiths, silversmiths, people who make fashion jewelry, all sorts of other things. And they have an annual conference, and it's going to be in Toronto in May.
So George Brown College, one of the co-hosts, you probably don't realize is one of the largest jewelry schools in North America. And it's also in a city that you also probably don't realize has a jewelry district right downtown at Dundas and Yonge, which is nearly as big as 47th Street in New York.
And Harbourfront Centre, probably a lot of you know that it's a multidisciplinary cultural organization, not-for-profit, where there's dance, there's music, there's theater, and there's also a craft studio where people make things by hand. And we have a very large jewelry studio. Some of those jewelers are out there. Woohoo, jewelers! And so that's why I've got involved, and we're a site for many of the exhibitions during the festival and the conference.
So Metamosaic, SNAG's annual conference, attracts about 1,000 attendees from across North America and some Europeans as well. And our conference has this theme, which is about sort of a riff on on Canada as a mosaic and Toronto as an extremely diverse and inclusive city, which we've included in our conference theme.
So a conference is like lots of conferences. There's going to be an exhibition crawl. There's a vendor room. There's presenters from Korea, presenters from New Zealand, presenters from the United States, presenters from Canada, all over the place. So we've really sort of reached out, and we've had this amazing committee that's put together a most phenomenal kind of program. Very exciting.
And as if organizing a conference for 1,000 people, which is down at the Royal York Hotel, wasn't enough, we decided we were going to start a festival, Toronto International Jewellery Festival. The inaugural one.
Inaugural.
Toronto's a city of festivals, and of course, why not a jewelry festival? We wanted to really promote Toronto and promote Canada as a center for jewelry.
So we launched a website, because that's what you do when you have a festival. You launch a website, and we had this great pachakacha that Vivian helped organize with all these amazing people who came to speak. And of course, you know, we've listed all our events that are coming up and all the exhibition venues throughout the city that are involved. It's amazing. That's a Paul McClure ring, brooch, I beg your pardon, made by this man next to me. So
and when you have a festival website, you have to find content. So we built an online exhibition, which is this bijou. It's a bilingual exhibition curated by myself and Noel Guillaumard, who has the best jewelry gallery in Canada, in Montreal. And it was jewelry from about 30 makers from across Canada, coast to coast to coast.
And you can see from some of the images that the jewelry is made out of all sorts of things. It's made out of metal, plastic, digital work, all sorts of alternative materials. And when we mean jewelry, we don't just mean your basic kind of conventional ring. We mean something larger, lots of ideas, lots of concepts, that kind of thing. And lots of amazing schools throughout the country have been involved as well. Lots of student exhibitions.
So now we have over 25 venues across Toronto participating, which is more than we could have imagined. Things like the Gardner Museum is having an exhibition that of 50 international jewelers working in ceramics, jewelry made of predominantly porcelain. We have 2 exhibitions at the Toronto Pearson Airport in both departure zones.
And of course, we also have sort of innovation in sort of a more wearable, conventional kind of jewelry. And we wanted to show the diamonds because those diamonds are from Canada, and I don't know if you all know that we are the 3rd largest producer of diamonds in the world. And these are non-conflict diamonds. So if you're going to ever buy a diamond, buy a Canadian diamond.
And the conference also the festival also includes work that isn't conventional. We have a lot of fashion and accessories, like this Toronto hat from Eric Peterson. We have naughty brooches from Annie Tung, who's in the audience, who's got a show at Made. And the CN Tower brooch there by Anneke van Bommel.
And of course, one of the major exhibitions at Harbourfront Centre is Quintet. George Brown College obviously is the other host, and they have 5 faculty members who've created this amazing traveling exhibition called Quintet. And then up in the corner, this beautiful concrete and stainless steel jewelry by Karen Konzik from BC.
Lots of exhibitions. So one of the other things is it's not just jewelry. We use the word jewelry because everybody loves jewelry, right? Everyone gets attention to jewelry. But it's actually jewelry and metalwork and pieces that are inspired by jewelry. This on the top, for example, looks like a small, simple brooch. It's a 7-foot charcoal drawing of a brooch. And down below is Canada's own Cal Lane, which is a 30-foot gutter snipe sewer pipe, a plasma cut steel.
And knife makers and silversmiths. There's actually an incredible tradition in this country, across the country, from coast to coast to coast, of knife makers, whether it's from Nunavut or Quebec, as well as silversmiths from out west here in Ontario, and a lot in Quebec as well.
The festival also includes workshops and lots of call for entries if you want to be involved. You want to know how to make this torque from 2000 BC from Ireland. You can do that. And the Metal Arts Guild of Canada is involved in our festival as well, hosting workshops across the city during the month of May. You can go to our website and find all of that. And there's also about 6 exhibitions that you can participate in, some of which are at the Design Exchange.
The Bata Shoe Museum. No, not the one at the Bata Shoe Museum.
No. Go to our website. There's 5 call for entries. You can find them there.
This is all the ways that you can be involved. Check out our website. I did mention the Bata Shoe Museum. They're actually having this fantastic exhibition of metal shoes and buckles, which is going to be incredible. So you can see all the wonderful logos and all the people that are involved. And you can see such a vast array of creativity made by people by hand, which is really, really exciting, because this is sort of who we want to support, is the smaller makers throughout our city, the smaller makers throughout Canada. Yes, we're just incredibly excited about the buy-in from everybody. And we wanted to give a shout out to the Ontario Arts Council and the Canada Council, who gave us seed money to do this.
One of the things that got us going back to the very beginning is some people said to us down in the States, what the hell's happening in Canada with jewelry? And we were so upset by that. We were like, you know what? We're going to have a festival and a conference, and we're going to host you all
show you what's
and show
going
you what
on.
we got.